Narayani Devi Dasi. Narayani first met Srila Prabhupada when he came to Gainesville, Florida in July of 1971. She had been initiated for 1 month. When she walked behind him, what struck her most was her sense of belonging, security, and safety. She felt she could follow Prabhupada for the rest of her life. When Prabhupada initiated me by letter in June of 1971, he gave me important instructions. He wrote, "Yes, now that you have come to Krishna consciousness, your spiritual life, the real life, has begun. First birth is from your parents, but real birth, real life begins when one accepts a bona fide spiritual master and renders service unto him. Then the path is open for going back to home, back to Godhead, to live eternally in full knowledge and full bliss, and in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, Lord Krishna. That is the goal, and the means to attain it are simple. You should strictly follow the regulatory principles, chant at least 16 rounds of beads daily, read and study all our books, attend artis, and go for street sankirtan, etc. In this way, be engaged in Krishna's business 24 hours, and your rapid advancement in Krishna consciousness will be certain." After my husband and I had been devotees in the US for 1.5 years, Prabhupada asked for 50 devotees to come to India. Satsvarup, our temple president, told my husband and I that he was sending us to India. During our first 7 years in India, my husband and I were Radha Govinda's pujaris in the Calcutta temple. I was offering Mangal Arti, the 12 o'clock Arti, the 4 o'clock Arti, and the evening Arti, and I was dressing the deities, putting them to rest, making garlands, taking care of Tulsi, and sewing. We made 52 deity dresses. I'd also go out and collect. I slept 4 hours a day, and the conditions were austere. Devotees getting malaria. I got a urinary tract infection and ran a fever of 105. Once, when I was offering the ghee lamp during Mangal Arti, I turned around and Prabhupada was 4 inches behind me. I was so shocked I almost dropped the ghee lamp. I didn't know what to do. Should I offer the ghee lamp to him from his feet up? I don't remember what I did, but I thought, wow, I should think that Prabhupada is right behind me watching every move I make for my whole life. In India, Prabhupada didn't discriminate between men and women. Women did deity worship in Bombay, Delhi, Hyderabad, and Calcutta, in every ISKCON temple in India except Mayapur. Women were doing all kinds of services, cooking, harinam, leading bhajans, preaching, purchasing deities for the temples. It was innocent in those days, informal and friendly, like a family. God brothers and God sisters were so enthusiastic to chant and preach, so dedicated to Srila Prabhupada, we never thought about mixing together improperly. The feelings we had towards each other were not ones of hatred or inferiority or superiority, but of mutual respect. I joined because we all felt that Srila Prabhupada was our common father. I saw Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan in 1972. Every day after his evening lecture, we would pack into his small room for darshan. The first thing he said was, "Don't associate with the Babajis." It's called Markata Vyagya. Just like the monkeys, they renounce, they wear no clothes, they're vegetarians, but they have many wives. One monkey, 20 wives. So don't associate with the Babajis. On another darshan, a monkey ran into the room, grabbed some bananas and ran out. Srila Prabhupada said, "See how intelligent he is. None of you would dare do that. But the monkey is intelligent for eating, not for other things." Once in a darshan, he said to me, "My sister Prishma told me that you speak Bhagavatam very nicely." I was bewildered because I had never spoken Bhagavatam in my life. What was he talking about? Then I remembered that Prishma was present and asked me when I'd read the Rasa chapters from Krishna book. She didn't speak English, but I got into the reading and she got into the mood and cried. Prajumna knew me from Boston, and when he saw me in Calcutta in 1973, he said, "Do you want to come to Mayapur with Prabhupada?" I said, "Yeah." So he said, "Learn how to read Bengali. We're leaving tomorrow. We want you to type the Chaitanya Charitamrita for Prabhupada." He gave me a Bengali book, and I learned. The first building in Mayapur, the Lotus building, was being built even while we lived in it. There were no windows and the doors didn't close. Prabhupada liked to see what the devotees were doing, and when he looked in the window of my room, I was sitting with earphones, listening to a recording of him speaking Bengali verses and typing the English transliterations with a huge Bengali book in front of me. Prabhupada said, "Oh, you know Bengali?" I said, "Yes, Srila Prabhupada, although I just learned the alphabet the day before." Then Srila Prabhupada called me into his room and asked me to learn how to type in Bengali script on a Bengali typewriter. Then he said that we would do many books together. His words were prophetic, because 30 years later I started writing books by Srila Prabhupada's inspiration. I wrote Srimad Bhagavatam at a glance, which has a picture for every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Bhagavad Gita at a glance. Within 2 months in Mayapur, I typed Adi chapters 13 to 17. Then I returned to Calcutta to become the head pujari there. Once in a Gita class in Calcutta that Prabhupada was giving, we were studying 9:11. I chanted the verse from memory. Prabhupada, surprised and happy, gave me a look that I'll never forget. Like, "Wow, you know the verse?" But we couldn't manage things well in India, Prabhupada. Because we couldn't manage things well in India, Prabhupada often stepped in. Once he became our GBC, another time our temple president. He was also our temple commander, telling us to clean this and that. When the deity ghee lamp was dirty, he angrily said to me, "Who has done this?" I was shaking. I wanted to disappear into the floor, but I couldn't because I was face to face with Prabhupada. Sometimes we had to take it from him. Another time, after he'd taken darshan of Radha Govinda, Prabhupada was appreciative. He thanked my husband and me. While we were offering our obeisances after that, a sannyasi told me, "Be blessed." Then I felt I got Prabhupada's blessings. My life is perfect. The next day, though, I understood that I have to try to get his blessings every day. If we are hesitating and afraid in our spiritual life, Srila Prabhupada will push us to take the next step. That's the quality in him I most appreciated.